Hi, good morning. My name is Jared. Thank you for watching this video. So today, as per title, we're going to talk about one of the phones that has a flip camera functions. Now, just before that, let's do some the information. Now, usually when a company design a smartphone, what they do is that they will, due to the consumer demand. So usually they will always have a back camera, and of course there is a front camera. Now, due to the hardware compartment and the design, usually the back camera, because we usually take pictures, like we take more pictures than we take ourselves. So the design of the back camera usually is better hardware performance compared to the front camera. Now, it's nothing wrong, it's just that what we did as a consumer that resulted what we want, and the smartphone manufacturer designed and built this smartphone camera in such way. Now, one of the trend that now is that people take a lot of selfie and vlogging videos with ourselves and other things. So slowly that the manufacturer trying to increase the performance in the selfie camera. But once again, due to the hardware design again, that there is not much space in the front here that help or enable the manufacturer to put in a better sensor. There is a few ways to do it. One of the ways is to increase the megapixel size of the selfie camera. As you can see from some of the phones, from 10 megapixels, 12 megapixels, 20 megapixels, and then 44, and the most famous one of it is the Vivo V series. They pump it up to 44, and then the recent one I think is 50 or 64 megapixel. Another method to do it is that they design a pop-up but the pop-up camera doesn't help very much. But because it's that once again the hardware design, so they're unable to pack in very good sensor. It's just that when the pop-up camera, the screen size is look more cleaner because there's no punch hole in in the front. Now, one thing, one of phone I found is that what I'm holding here is that the Samsung Galaxy A80, whereby it has a back camera, but when you do the flipping, when you do the selfie, it will flip the phone over, and then it flip the phone over, and then it just pop up like that, and then you can see the phone like that. So after this, the sessions will be much more like side-by-side view, comparison for both of them in like some indoor, some outdoor, some video shootings, and then slowly we will make a conclusion out there.
Hello everyone, my name is Jared. Thank you for watching this video. Now I'm doing a front camera testing for the Samsung S10 5G on the right hand side, and the Samsung A80 on the left hand side. Of course, for Samsung A80 there is no front facing camera per se, because it's flipping up the camera as a selfie video. But I'm shooting with oh my god, the motor. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's an environment sound to pick up wherever you can hear for the both camera testing as well. Okay, once again, I'm shooting with full HD 60 frames per second. One is using Samsung A80 and one is using the front camera for Samsung S10 5G, which with 10 megapixel and also a time of flight sensor. So you can see that from what I am seeing from the screens, basically both shoots quite clear video in a way. It's more like a Samsung A80, sorry. It's a bit washed out for the background, overexposure as you can see from the sky, but it has a very clear facial human portrait shooting. Whereby for Samsung S10 5G, I'm looking over here right now, it's a little bit blur in a way, not so sharp I would say, but overall the exposure for Samsung S10 5G is definitely much more better than the Samsung A80 once again. Okay, let's do a walking. and show you the environment and see how's the video quality. Here's the video quality. Once again, the back exposure for Samsung A80 is totally out. It's totally white, patch of white color cloud there, whereby Samsung S10 5G still can show the depth of field. It's kind of depth of field, I would say, or dynamic range to be exact, on the clouds and the sky. Bear in mind, today is not a very sunny day. It's I would say cloudy day. Okay. Alright, let's move on. I think that's it. Good enough for the Samsung comparison for these two so-called front-facing camera. I will switch it back to the back camera for Samsung S10 5G to see the result. See you then. Now, since now both are using the back camera, obviously just now in the front camera, the so-called selfie view, the Samsung A80 seems to have a little bit more clearer and sharper picture because of the large sensor size. But now let's look at the back camera, whereby Samsung S10 also using the so-called mains, the more premier camera sensor in a way. Now you can see, first and foremost, let's check the sky. The dynamic range for both is almost the same. Almost, I would say. You see, to me, from a screen view, I can see Samsung S10 5G is much more have a better dynamic range compared to, once again, A80 is mid-range phone here. Now let's look at the surrounding view. It seems like the blue is much more bluer on the sky for Samsung S10 flagship phone. Okay.
Hi, this is another test with indoor lighting. It means that this is the what I am having in my room usually when I do reviews and stuff like that. So the normal lighting, ring lights, and a little bit lighting here, room light. So the time now is around in the afternoon. Well, as usual, we won't get so much natural light in the room, but this is what it is. So on the left hand side right now is the Samsung A80, and the right hand side this one, which will be the Samsung S10 5G. Okay, now once again I am handheld both phones in the indoor lighting. So the difference is that the S10 5G I'm using the rear camera with the main sensor, with the extra large not big megapixel, but the sensor size to shoot the video. Once again, all video are shot in full HD. 60 frames per second in this video. So one of the reasons why make me to trigger to look for this Samsung Galaxy A80 is that I want to have a better selfie camera. Now, as you can see from up Samsung S10 5G here, basically the color saturation is much more, I will say, a little bit warmer, but it's a bit smoother. Or even though I turn off the beautification mode on this Samsung S10 5G, but it still looks a bit like how we call that, beautified on my face, not as real as it can. Of course, you're talking about the dynamic range and how we call that, the color exposure there. I think Samsung S10 5G is much more better. So that's it. This is the video recording and even the sound testing for how we call it, both phones in the selfie mode. Hi, this is the conclusion part, and this is the Samsung Galaxy A80. This is by far the most how we call that, not say intensive, but it's like I really took both phones to test it out, took some videos and took a lot of footage, but in view of your interest, I really cut down a lot of footage and pictures. So to put it basically it's like outdoor testings and indoor testing and some picture samples. I don't know about you, to me, seems to me like it is a very nice design, innovative design to flip the camera over, but unfortunately they are not able to pack with a premium sensor inside, such as the one that I'm using right now, the Samsung S10 5G with at least like f1.8, better sensor, bigger sensor size kind of things. So as a result, the dynamic range is not very good and the performance is not consistent. And please remember, if you like the content that I'm doing right now, remember to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to see you again in my next review. Bye!